Alli Jordan. Welcome to Secrets to Scale, our look at independent strategies to help RIAs drive growth. Today, my guest is Shannon Granahan, Senior Director of Partners at Healthpilot. Healthpilot was created to offer an all-digital solution that simplifies the enrollment process by saving time and money while helping enhance the client experience when they're enrolling in Medicare. Welcome, Shannon. I'm so excited to have you on today.
Hey, Alli, thanks for having us. I really appreciate it and can't wait to chat with you about Healthpilot.
Yeah, we've already had a lot of great success, so I'm excited for others to hear about what you guys have been up to. So I know Healthpilot is kind of a brand new company, launched earlier this year. Can you tell us a little bit of background of how it was, why it was created, how it was formed, and how it's the healthcare exchange supported by Envestnet really works?
Sure, absolutely. So we have a number of people who founded Healthpilot that have a really deep background in the healthcare industry and specifically in Medicare. And basically they put their heads together and identified a really glaring problem out there in that Medicare shopping is not a pleasant situation for seniors. It's quite wonky and overwhelming and not easy to navigate. So the founders here at Healthpilot identified this as a problem, put their heads together, formed Healthpilot. They built a team this past year and built out this technology that's really awesome and is transforming how people shop for Medicare. It's really exciting, and I'm excited to talk to more of your advisors about it.
Yeah, I think what I found about it that's unique is that it's more of a, it's a technology company, but with the background that the founders have and the team has around healthcare and Medicare, it's just extremely valuable conversation for advisors who are normally pretty far removed. But so, everything we hear about the Medicare process, my partner, Trey, he just went through it. It was, it's hard to get answers. It's very clunky. There's tons of options. And so that's always been, when you hear about Medicare enrollment, my parents are about to go through it. They're nervous because they're like, I don't know, I don't have resources, right, to really talk through that. So what do you think from your perspective, Healthpilot really provides to the end client? Like, what are the two things that you guys are seeing and adding value to that process for clients going through enrollment for the first time, and then also for those, that are renewing, that should be looking at renewal each year?
Sure. Yeah, great question. So there's a lot of benefits from both the financial advisor side and the senior side. So starting with the senior, to answer your question, the benefits are that we've created this great, easy to use technology. And seniors nowadays are a lot more tech savvy in terms of getting online and shopping for groceries and doing video visits with their doctors and things like that, especially and unfortunately through the pandemic this past couple of years. So now's the time to kind of arm them with this tool. And it's so simple, the process we created. We have an amazing tech team here. They've made it really straightforward. They've broken down a really complex world to navigate into bite-sized pieces. So the seniors travel through our technology and go through our pilot experience, and they sort of answer one question about themselves per page, and they sort of build this health profile. And then with that at Healthpilot, we're able to scale these individualized recommendations because we have a data platform that runs in the background. So as a senior runs through this process, they're really like building what their health profile and their health needs are. And then we can identify people that look like them from a health perspective and maybe are located geographically similar to where they are. And then we can really hone in and see how we think they'd be using the healthcare industry, and then pit that against all of those overwhelming plans that they have available to them and identify a few plans that are the best suited for them. And then from an advisor standpoint, a lot of people kind of say, well, so why are we even talking about this? Like, why would the financial advisor kind of get involved here? And our thought is, seniors are super concerned about healthcare spending, and they should be. $1 in $4 of their retiree assets are spent on healthcare. So it's a daunting number to kind of think about. And when financial advisors get the question about Medicare and how should I move forward with this and how should I attack this, huge issue, they don't really often have a solution to offer. And so we are that solution. So we can provide them this tool and make it so that they're not the Medicare expert, and they don't have to be. They can refer their clients over to Healthpilot, and we can kind of work together and build that lifelong relationship. So the financial advisor is like offering a solution for this need that's across at least half of their book of business are people aged over 65.
That's a great point, that it is their client base. They do need to be thinking about this. And 2 points that you brought up that I think are important to reiterate is the data aspect of this. You guys have a huge database that's really controlling that output. And I thought one of the interesting things when I went through the process just to see what it was, is that the information that you guys are gathering from the clients, from their medicines and how it changes each year and how that really can affect their end plan, and being able to control that with data is something that really sets apart the platform, in my opinion. And then, gosh, that really resonated. The $1 in $4 spent in retirement is going to your healthcare. I mean, if that's not an eye-opening number to make this a part of the advisors' conversations with their retiree clients, then they really should be. And that kind of brings me to my next point is, some of the advisors we've talked to is they've just never had these discussions with their clients, or maybe they kind of have, and a little bit in financial planning, but not being there to be a resource. So for those advisors that are a little timid about bringing this up to their clients proactively, what are some successes that you guys have seen to make that conversation a little bit easier for those advisors?
Yeah, that's also a great question. So we generally see a few different times that are great, opportunities for a financial advisor to speak with their senior clients. So one of them is annual enrollment period, and that happens every year. It's October 15th to December 7th. So we're actually smack in the middle of it right now. This is the big time per year that everybody who's Medicare age needs to be doing a Medicare checkup. And just like you mentioned a second ago, people change medications, their healthcare needs change, the doctors they want to see kind of pick up and join new networks. So people really need to stay on top of, checking on these things so that they're not caught off guard with costs, from an unforeseen medical situation that arises, and they're really set up for success. So advisors want to be having the conversation as they kind of gear into annual enrollment season, and then throughout annual enrollment season, to make sure that they're reviewing the financial plan with their senior clients, looking at the costs that they have kind of set aside for their healthcare needs, and then making sure that the clients are going through the Healthpilot tool, taking that Medicare checkup. And it takes as little as like 10 to 15 minutes. So it's not a big, overwhelming task. You run through, you answer the questions, and sometimes the data tells you that you're set up in the perfect plan and you don't need to do anything, and you can kind of close the book and just feel confident going into the next year. And other times, you maybe haven't checked in 5 years, and this is your first time you're taking a look at it again, and you could be saving hundreds, if not thousands of dollars by moving into a plan that suits you better. So definitely annual enrollment. Another time is any clients that are aging into Medicare. So when a person turns 65 here in America, they have 3 months before their 65th birthday, their month of their birthday, and then 3 months afterwards. And that 7-month period is when they can initially enroll in Medicare. So they want to get that Part A and Part B situated, and then come on over to the Healthpilot tool, again, run through that technology and get perfectly set up for how they're set for the future. And then, of course, it just always ties into the financial planning conversation. So I know that not all financial planning conversations take place around, enrollment periods or anything like that, but they're really great pointers to just make sure you hit as a financial advisor with your client, to make sure you're taking care of that. Anybody can go through the Healthpilot tool at any point during the year and take a peek at their Medicare supplement plans or how their prescription plan looks, and just be prepared for any changes.
Yeah, I like that, especially because we are nearing the end of kind of open enrollment for this time around. And so those firms that didn't kind of implement this already, it's not that it's too late. It's let's do this throughout the year I'm sure that you have clients that are turning 65. And so making that a part of your CRM to notice, okay, when are my clients turning 65? I know we can upload that information into the Healthpilot platform, so they have that there. And I think that's a really great way to kind of embrace this technology. And one thing I thought, and you and I have talked about this, but we've rolled this out with a few firms that have already seen just tremendous success with it. They think the platform is really slick. They see it as a value add for their clients. And one of the client feedback, I think it's worth reading because I was so impressed by what the client said. He said, "It is very thorough and very informative. It spelled out what I found with a whole lot less work. I would not hesitate to use this service going forward. Thanks again. Not something I would expect from my financial world, but darn impressive." If advisors don't read that or hear that and think that they shouldn't be bringing this to their clients, then they're just going to be staying away from this conversation. So Again, I think to your point, or to what you're pointing to round that out, that it's not too late to get involved with Healthpilot, even though we're nearing the end of open enrollment. And even if there's some clients out there that advisors do want to put this in front of, we still have a little bit more time. And I think the platform's flexible enough to be able to support that. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, apparently, a lot of seniors put off and procrastinate getting their plan set up. So kind of like the rest of us out here, you wait till the last minute to get it situated. So the uptick in enrollments during like the last couple of weeks of the enrollment period are crazy. So we're expecting a lot of traffic. We've seen some really great enrollments coming through our system. I love the feedback from your advisor. We were super excited to see that this week, and it's exactly what we chat about our value prop to bring to advisors and share with their clients. So it's so straightforward and easy, and the tool is free. So it's the advisor doesn't have to pay anything, the client's not paying anything, and the prices that they're going to see on the plans on Healthpilot are the same that they would see anywhere else. So there's no catch. We're bringing a great solution to the seniors, and we get compensated by the carrier, and it looks the same across the board. So we're really letting our data do the talking and just get our seniors across the board into great plans.
I love that. I love the transparency that you guys, have put out there, because everyone always asks, okay, well, someone's getting paid here. Like, how does that work? It's not working for free. And the way that you guys have handled that, and just the transparency and how it works, where it is a true free solution to the client and to the advisor to be able to offer. So, all right, the last question we ask all of our guests is, what is your number one tip for advisors looking to achieve scale?
Yeah, I love that question. So I would say my number one tip is the financial advisors can let us be the Medicare expert, and that's how they can handle this at scale. So hand it off, take it off your desk. All you really need to do is send your clients over to Healthpilot and feel confident that we're going to take care of them the best that we're able to and get them in a plan that's super, super fitted for their needs. And be the hero, have the solution that solves this need. They don't have to be on a pesky sales conversation for a couple hours. And it's just something value you can bring to your client without having to take a number of hours off your time, out there getting new clients and building relationships.
I think that's perfect. And like I said, we've already seen a lot of success with the Healthpilot platform. We always love putting things in front of our advisors that we work with, and advisors just out there in the RIA space that are truly benefiting their end clients. So what you guys have put together is another option for us to be able to make sure clients are looking at the holistic picture. Or our advisors are looking at the holistic picture for their end clients, which is always extremely valuable. So thank you all for what you're doing in this space. And I really appreciate you coming on today. This was a great conversation. I know everyone will benefit from learning about what Healthpilot can do for them. And I look forward to the continued partnership with Healthpilot.
Yeah, thanks so much, Alli. Thanks for having me. And we really value the LibertyFi and Envestnet relationship. So thanks for having me as a guest.
Absolutely. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in, and we look forward to having you listen in to the next Secrets to Scale.